wants to separate myself from their toxicity, especially from my mother. To be around her makes me feel ridiculed, small, and left confused and feeling anxious. I just want to make my freedom back and life in more healthy and beautiful way. I'm not sure how I can do that, how I can end this abusive cycle. What is the right thing to do? What is the best approach? Now, first we want to take a look at what do you need from your mom? What are your mom needs? What are your nurturing needs? And where are you responsible to provide those needs for yourself? So very much I know this sounds really cold and callous, but let's just be blunt, okay? Animals, they need to nurture their offspring by feeding them and protecting them, sheltering them, and making sure that no one eats them, okay, or kill, right? So those are 3 things, and that's all they need until they're old enough, and in the animal world, that's quite young, to go do that for themselves, to fend for themselves. Until then, they are taught how to fend for themselves. If they are neglected or taken away or separated for whatever reason, they will die. However, they did do, which would never be allowed now in the 1950s, a study, an experiment with monkeys. They had a fake monkey, which was mesh and fake fur, with a feeding milk bottle attached to it. And they had a real monkey. And so 2 babies, like I said, they wouldn't allow this now. So 2 babies, one had access to the real monkey, one had access to the fake monkey. Obviously, the real monkey's mom coddled and nurtured and hugged, and there was warmth and understanding that this is my real mom. And the other one didn't. Although it was fed, and it was protected, and it was not clothed, but sheltered, it died because of a lack of love. Now, although this 1950 study would no longer be allowed, we, through those unfortunate circumstances, did learn that loving and nurturing is extremely important. Now, we're not monkeys, so we will continue, and I don't know what the other circumstances are in there. I think it was very stale circumstances. You're not even in a house of some sort. You're in a study lab, which probably contributed to it as well. However, we're not monkeys, and we do survive. But parts of us die. Parts of us do die off. And we suffer, and we continue the rest of our lives in survival mode, trying to capture the essence of what we lost as a child, that we never had as a child, in order to continue our emotional, psychological, and spiritual survival. We will look for this through our partners, our friends, and possibly continue to look through this in an either abuseful, neglectful, or codependent relationship with a parent or parents. Is this what's happening for you? So how do we find that? We look at non-attachment. We look at this as an opportunity for non-attachment and unconditional love. That sounds very cliche, and it is a Buddha way. It is achievable. Can we master it in a lifetime? Most likely, most of us will not. The idea that it is achievable is hope. That's 50% of the healing right there. As we practice this every single day, we build faith, compassionate love for ourselves, and unconditional, non-attached love. Non-attachment is not the same as detachment. Detachment means, which is what a lot of people do is you become cold, aloof, distant, detached, fearful, angry, frustrated. You don't want to be with the person. You don't want to be around the person. You spend as little time as possible with that person. You don't engage with them. You are nice in front of them, but you're cringing and suffering in silence the whole time you're with them. You can't wait to leave. This is a sense of detachment, which means you're attached, but you're detaching yourself in order to survive. Non-attachment means you're not attached to their behavior. You're not attached to the result of their behavior. You're not attached to your behavior and your triggers, and you're not attached to fixing it. You accept it and them as they are, unconditionally. So many times we can continue to have connections with them. Might be family gatherings, might be they're picking up the grandchildren, and you can have those without being affected, or you're practicing not being affected as you're going through the motions of everyday family life. Or if it's really abusive, extremely abusive, then you decide that I can no longer be in their presence and I need a break. Now, the other thing in Buddhism is impermanence. Nothing is permanent. So you don't make this decision long term. You make the decision for today. Today, I've decided that I can no longer engage in a relationship with this abusive relationship. Could be a friendship, could be a coworker, right? I'm going to quit this relationship. Am I going to come back? Am I going to return? Will I circle back? Possibly. But you don't have to answer that right now. It is a day-to-day decision. Right now, this is what I need to do for me. Today, I'm not going to that party. Today, I'm not going to invite you over for dinner on a Sunday as we normally would. I need a break. I'm healing. Oh, does this mean it's permanently over? They might say. No, this means I'm taking a break. I need a healing. Well, what about the kids? What about our plans? What about the decisions I made for you? I'm taking a break. I'm healing. Well, what are you healing about? What's wrong? Why do you need to heal? I'm taking a break and I'm healing. Part of the healing process is that I am not 100% aware of what all the answers are. If I did know that, I wouldn't have to heal. Process. Right? It's robotic. It's scripted. But you have to say the same thing over and over again. That's your answer.